Have you ever laid in bed, heart heavy and thoughts racing, wondering why peaceful sleep eludes you? You're not alone. Many elders find themselves tossing and turning, longing for that gentle rest that once came so easily. At Buddhist Mindfulness, we believe that sleep is not just a physical function, but a sacred time of healing, clarity, and peace. And sometimes the answer doesn't lie in pills or potions, but in our own kitchens. Yes, nature has offered us miraculous foods that support not only the body, but also the spirit. Drawing from Buddhist wisdom, scientific insight, and emotional reflection, let us now walk together through 7 life-affirming foods that can help you sleep better and longer. Stay with me until the end of this video because the last food on this list might surprise you, and it just might be the missing piece in your nightly routine. Plus, I'll be sharing personal stories, sacred teachings, and practical advice along the way. Let's begin. Number 1. Kiwi, the humble fruit of inner peace. Kiwi is more than a simple fruit. It is a quiet companion on the path to serenity. Small and unassuming, this fuzzy green gem carries within it a deep, nourishing wisdom. In Buddhist thought, we often say the smallest leaf holds the essence of the forest. And in the same spirit, the kiwi, though small, holds the essence of health, peace, and quiet transformation. In today's fast-paced world, many seek complicated solutions for better rest, clearer thoughts, and deeper peace. Yet, nature whispers gentle truths that sometimes what we need is not more stimulation, but something grounding, something simple. The kiwi fruit offers this quiet medicine. Rich in serotonin, antioxidants, and folate, it brings harmony not only to the body, but also to the wandering mind. I recall a moment many years ago while traveling through the mountains of northern Thailand. I had the rare opportunity to spend a few days with an elderly monk in Chiang Mai, someone known for his profound calm and vitality. He was nearly 80, yet walked with the softness of a cloud and the clarity of someone half his age. I noticed something curious. He never used an alarm clock. He rose and slept in perfect rhythm with the sun. Intrigued, I asked him one evening what his secret was. He didn't speak much, but his smile was full of stories. That night, as the sun was gently setting behind the temple walls, he handed me 2 ripe kiwis. "Eat these at sunset," he said simply, "and watch your mind grow still." At the time, I didn't fully understand, but I followed his advice. That night, I slept without turning once, as if my mind had become a still pond. Years later, modern science would echo his wisdom. Studies now show that eating 2 kiwis an hour before bed can significantly improve sleep onset, duration, and quality, especially for older adults. The natural serotonin in kiwi helps regulate the sleep-wake cycle. Meanwhile, folate soothes mental fatigue and reduces anxiety, which many seniors quietly carry. But there's more to kiwi than nutrients. There is intention. When we make the act of eating a kiwi a mindful evening ritual, it becomes a kind of prayer, a letting go, a signal to the body and spirit that the day is done and that rest is sacred. The antioxidants in kiwi also play their part, reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, 2 hidden enemies of peaceful sleep. In Buddhist health teachings, reducing inflammation is not just about physical health, but emotional clarity. When the body is calm, the mind follows, and when the mind is calm, wisdom arises naturally. How to enjoy the gift of kiwi. The simplicity of the kiwi allows for many quiet rituals. You may eat it plain, slowly savoring its tart sweetness, or blend it gently into a smoothie with banana and almond milk. Some prefer to slice it over a small bowl of yogurt in the evening and adding a drizzle of honey or chia seeds. The method is less important than the mindfulness behind it. Let kiwi become your gentle signal to slow down, a small act of self-compassion, like lighting a candle at dusk or reciting a silent chant before bed. Let the fruit remind you peace doesn't always come in thunder or ceremony. Sometimes it arrives softly, with green flesh and quiet seeds. In the end, kiwi is not merely a fruit. It is a mirror. It reflects back our need for stillness, our longing for balance, and our search for ease. May your nights be restful, your breath slow, and your heart as calm as a mountain temple at dusk. Number 2, Tart Cherries, the Buddha's balm for restless nights. In the quiet hours of the night, when the world sleeps but the mind remains restless, many elders find themselves staring at the ceiling, longing for the gentle embrace of sleep. It is in these silent struggles that a humble fruit offers a whisper of relief: tart cherries. Deep red and slightly sour, these little gems are nature's balm for weary souls, especially those walking the path of mindfulness and healing in their later years. Buddha once said, "All beings seek peace, yet few choose the path." Tart cherries, rich in natural melatonin, invite us to walk that path, to seek rest, not as an escape, but as a sacred return to balance. This is not merely about sleep, but about the quality of our inner stillness. In Buddhist thought, we do not fight the night, we surrender to it. And sometimes, surrender comes with a small glass of cherry juice. I remember teaching meditation at a senior wellness center nestled in the hills of Northern California. There, I met Mrs. Lean, a gentle widow in her late 70s, with eyes like autumn leaves, warm but full of stories. She confided in me that she hadn't slept well in over a decade. "I wake up tired, and I go to bed anxious," she said softly, her voice fraying at the edges of fatigue. She had tried everything: sleeping pills, herbal teas, even sound machines that played ocean waves, but nothing brought her true rest. One evening, as we discussed evening rituals rooted in mindfulness, I suggested she try tart cherry juice before bed, not as a treatment, but as a practice, a sacred pause. She nodded politely, though I could see skepticism in her eyes. Weeks later, she approached me after our meditation circle, holding my hands in hers, trembling. "It's like my mind stopped fighting," she whispered, her eyes misted with tears. "For the first time in years, I slept through the night, and the dreams, they were gentle." Science supports this gentle miracle. Studies have shown that tart cherry juice can increase sleep time by up to 84 minutes in older adults suffering from insomnia. That is not a small gain. It is over an hour of healing, of restoration, of dreaming. For someone over 60, sleep is not a luxury. It is a lifeline. It is when the body heals, when the mind resets, and when the heart lets go. From a Buddhist perspective, sleep is a form of letting go of attachment, releasing the grip on the day's worries, and allowing the breath to slow and soften. Tart cherries, in their natural wisdom, help support this release. They do not force sleep. They invite it, like a compassionate teacher inviting stillness into a restless classroom. How to enjoy. Let your evening be a ritual, not a routine. Around an hour before bed, pour yourself a small glass of tart cherry juice, unsweetened if possible. Drink it slowly, mindfully. Feel the coolness on your lips, the slight tartness on your tongue. As you sip, imagine the melatonin quietly whispering to your nervous system, "It's time to rest." You may also add dried tart cherries to a warm bowl of oatmeal or porridge in the evening. This can become a comforting, grounding meal that soothes your digestive system and prepares your body for sleep. Light a candle. Breathe slowly. Sit in silence. Let this moment be your way of telling the body, "You are safe now." In this small fruit lies a powerful teaching. Peace does not always arrive in grand revelations. Sometimes it comes quietly in the form of a cherry-red cup at dusk. Number 3, bananas, nature's comfort in old age. Bananas are more than just a convenient snack. They are a symbol of nature's quiet wisdom. In the world of fruits, bananas hold a special place. Soft, sweet, and nourishing, they offer comfort not only to the body, but also to the spirit, especially in the later stages of life. For seniors, they are like a gentle friend, always available, easy to digest, and rich in healing properties. Biologically, bananas are a powerhouse of nutrients. They are particularly high in magnesium, which is essential for muscle relaxation and nerve function. Magnesium helps calm the body, reduce tension, and ease the kind of restlessness that often creeps in during the night. It plays a significant role in preventing nocturnal leg cramps, a common issue among the elderly. In addition, bananas contain tryptophan, an amino acid that the body converts into serotonin, the feel-good hormone, and eventually into melatonin, the sleep hormone. Together, these compounds promote relaxation, improve sleep quality, and uplift the mood. But beyond the science, bananas carry with them a deeper, more spiritual symbolism. Their simplicity reminds us of monastic life, of monks walking barefoot with alms bowls, finding contentment in the smallest offerings. In their softness and sweetness, bananas teach us surrender, a virtue often overlooked in our striving culture. As the Dalai Lama once said, "Sleep well, because tomorrow you serve again." This quote echoes the quiet humility and purpose that aging can bring. Bananas remind us that rest is not idleness. It's preparation for another day of compassion, service, or simple being. When my mother turned 70, she began experiencing painful leg cramps almost every night. She was hesitant to take medications, preferring more natural methods. One evening, I remembered reading about the soothing effect of bananas on muscles. I offered her a ripe banana before bed. The next morning, she smiled and said it was the first night in weeks that she hadn't woken up in pain. It felt like my body finally let go of the day's weight, she told me, her voice soft with gratitude. From that day on, a banana before bed became her nightly ritual, a small act of care that brought peace to both her body and mind. There are many gentle ways to incorporate bananas into your nightly or daily routine. Eat it as is. A ripe banana is nature's fast food. No preparation needed, just peel and enjoy. Add a spoonful of nut butter. Almond or peanut butter adds healthy fats and protein, like balancing the banana's natural sugars and keeping blood sugar levels steady throughout the night. Blend into warm milk. For an especially soothing treat, blend a banana into warm milk, dairy or plant-based. Add a dash of cinnamon or a few crushed cardamom seeds for a comforting bedtime drink. Pair with oats or yogurt. If you prefer a small evening snack, slice bananas into a bowl of oats or yogurt. It creates a calming, nourishing bowl that feels like a hug from the inside. Whether you enjoy them in silence, under a soft lamp, or during a moment of prayer or gratitude, let bananas become more than just food. Let them be a gesture of self-love, a nightly act of surrender. In the quiet simplicity of a banana lies the profound message that nourishment doesn't have to be complicated, and that even in old age, there is great beauty in softening, in letting go, and in trusting the wisdom of nature. Number 4, walnuts, a silent blessing from the earth. In the quiet rhythm of the natural world, few foods speak so softly yet nourish so deeply as the walnut. Shaped like a tiny brain, nature's subtle symbolism is not accidental. Walnuts contain a sacred trio of compounds, melatonin, tryptophan, and omega-3 fatty acids, that support not only the physical brain, but also the emotional and spiritual heart of the aging soul. In Buddhist psychology, the mind and body are not two, but one. There is no thought without sensation, no sensation without thought. To feed the body is to feed the mind, and to care for the brain is a sacred act, an act of compassion toward oneself. When we choose to nourish our inner landscape with care, we are planting seeds of peace that ripple through every thought, every breath, every night's sleep. I once knew a Zen gardener, an elderly man with weathered hands and the most peaceful gaze I've ever encountered. He had a simple ritual. Each night before bed, he would eat 8 walnuts in silence. Then he would sit still, breathing deeply 10 times, his back straight, his eyes closed. When I asked him why, he said softly, "This plants peace in my sleep." I didn't understand it then, but over the years, I've come to recognize the wisdom in his simplicity. His walnuts were not just a snack, they were an offering. From a scientific view, omega-3 fatty acids found in walnuts are essential for brain health. They help build and maintain cell membranes in the brain, supporting memory, focus, and overall cognitive function. As we age, these benefits become increasingly important. Omega-3s also reduce inflammation, which is not only linked to physical pain, but also to mental fog, anxiety, and even depression. These are not merely nutrients, they are guardians of clarity and calm. Meanwhile, melatonin, often called the sleep hormone, is present naturally in walnuts. For seniors who struggle with sleep disturbances or nighttime anxiety, a small serving of walnuts in the evening may gently nudge the body into its natural circadian rhythm. Paired with tryptophan, an amino acid that supports the production of serotonin and melatonin in the brain, walnuts become a natural sedative, not in the sense of dullness, but in the sense of softening the sharp edges of the day. This makes walnuts a true elder's food, wise, quiet, and full of silent strength. Not flashy, not overwhelming, but dependable, grounding. Like the tree it comes from, a walnut carries the spirit of patience and endurance. It asks nothing but gives everything. To receive the blessings of the walnut, you need not complicate it. Simplicity is the doorway to presence. Eat a small handful, about 7 to 9 walnut halves, about 1 hour before bed. Let each bite be mindful. Chew slowly and feel the crunch awaken your senses. Stir walnuts into warm oatmeal or porridge. The softness of the grains and the crunch of the nuts create a beautiful texture, reminding you to appreciate contrasts. Add crushed walnuts to yogurt with a drizzle of honey. It becomes both nourishment and comfort, echoing the balance of bitterness and sweetness in life. Pair with your breath. After eating, sit for a moment. Breathe deeply. Let the stillness settle in. Walnuts are grounding. Let them root you. In an age that moves fast and forgets the old ways, this simple nut reminds us, wisdom does not shout, it whispers. And sometimes the most healing medicine is not in the form of pills or prescriptions, but in a humble handful of walnuts, a few deep breaths, and a moment of silence before sleep. Let your nourishment be sacred. Let your food not only fill your stomach, but also calm your mind. And when the night comes, may the walnut's quiet blessing carry you gently into rest. Number 5, chamomile tea, liquid compassion. Chamomile is more than just a tea. It's a gentle act of compassion poured into a cup. It's a gesture of comfort, a ritual of surrender, and a balm for the weary soul. Made from the delicate white and yellow blossoms of the chamomile plant, this herbal infusion has soothed countless hearts across generations. But beyond its calming effects, chamomile offers something rarer, a moment of pure presence, a pause in the chaos, an invitation to simply be. Its power lies not just in its floral aroma or golden hue, but in its chemistry. Chamomile contains apigenin, a flavonoid that binds to specific receptors in the brain responsible for anxiety and sleep. Scientifically, it relaxes the nervous system, helping to quiet mental chatter and promote restful sleep. Spiritually, it feels like being held, gently, without judgment, by something much larger than ourselves. In this way, chamomile becomes more than medicine. It becomes a message from the earth. You are safe now. You can let go. I remember a time when grief wrapped itself tightly around my chest and refused to let go. I had lost my teacher, a person who had guided me with such wisdom and kindness that their absence felt like a sudden silence in my soul. For weeks, sleep eluded me. My mind raced with memories and regrets, and my body felt hollow, like a bell that no longer rang. Then one evening, a friend came over. She didn't offer advice or try to fix anything. She simply brewed a pot of chamomile tea and handed me a warm mug. "Drink," she said softly. "Breathe. Rest." I did. I held the cup with both hands as if it were a fragile gift. As the steam rose to meet my face, I inhaled deeply. The scent was gentle, sweet, and earthy, like hay warmed by the sun. I took a sip. My throat loosened, and to my surprise, I wept. That night, I slept for the first time in weeks. In my dreams, I saw my teacher, not as they were in illness, but healthy, smiling, radiant. They didn't speak. They didn't need to. The message was clear. I'm still here, just in a different form. Since then, I've never looked at chamomile tea the same way. To me, it is liquid compassion. It reminds me that healing doesn't always come through answers. Sometimes it arrives through small, loving rituals that connect us to the rhythms of life. To receive the full gift of chamomile, turn your evening cup into a ceremony of care. About 30 minutes before bed, boil water and steep 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried chamomile flowers, or a quality chamomile tea bag, in a cup of hot water for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Cover the cup while it steeps to preserve its precious essential oils. As you prepare, let this be a sacred time. Turn off your phone. Dim the lights. You are not just making tea, you are creating space for rest, for stillness, for restoration. When your tea is ready, hold the cup in both hands. Feel the warmth seep into your palms. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, inhaling the calming aroma. With each sip, let your breath slow. Let your shoulders soften. Let each swallow be a reminder that you are cared for. Drink slowly, without rush. This is not a task to complete, but a moment to savor. Allow the tea to become a meditation on grief, on love, on letting go. And when you lay down to sleep, imagine the earth itself tucking you in, whispering through the scent of chamomile. Rest now, dear one. You've done enough for today. In a world that constantly demands more, chamomile invites us to do less, to feel more, to be, and in that stillness, healing begins. Number 6, almonds, the protector of peace. Almonds are far more than just a crunchy snack. For those of us in our golden years, they have quietly earned the title of the protector of peace. You see, almonds are not just food, they are nature's gentle guardians, silently nurturing our body and mind. In their small, earthy shells, they carry the power to calm, to restore, and to bless us with restful sleep. From a nutritional standpoint, almonds offer 2 critical ingredients for peace: magnesium and melatonin. Magnesium is a mineral many seniors are unknowingly deficient in. It plays a vital role in over 300 enzymatic processes, but perhaps most importantly, for our nighttime ritual, it helps relax our muscles and soothe the nervous system. After decades of hard work, stress, and accumulated tension, our bodies need more help than ever to unwind. That's where magnesium steps in, quietly easing tight muscles, softening anxious thoughts, and preparing the body to let go. Melatonin, meanwhile, is the hormone of the night. It's what tells our body the day is done, it's time to rest now. As we age, our natural production of melatonin can decline, leaving many of us tossing and turning into the early hours. The melatonin in almonds offers a natural boost, syncing our inner clock back to a restful rhythm. But beyond the science, I like to think of almonds in a more spiritual light. In Buddhist tradition, there's a powerful figure named Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of compassion. He is often depicted holding a jewel close to his heart, a radiant symbol of wisdom, serenity, and healing. And sometimes, when I hold an almond in my palm before eating it, I imagine that I too am holding a jewel. Maybe in today's world, this jewel Avalokiteshvara carries is not a gemstone, but a humble almond, still radiant, still full of peace. A personal ritual. Each night before I go to bed, I sit quietly and journal. It's my time to reflect on the day, to thank life for both the joys and the lessons. During this moment of reflection, I often reach for a small handful of almonds. The act of chewing slowly, mindfully, grounds me. The taste is earthy, a little sweet, and deeply comforting. It's more than a snack, it becomes a ritual. The physical act of eating combined with the emotional act of journaling becomes a release. The worries of the day begin to melt away. If you're someone who battles anxiety before bed, or if you find your mind racing the moment your head touches the pillow, try incorporating almonds into your nighttime routine. Not just as food, but as a symbol of self-care, a reminder that your body and spirit deserve calm. How to enjoy almonds before bed. Raw and natural. Eat them plain, just a small handful, about 8 to 12 nuts is enough. Chew slowly and breathe deeply as you do. Let it be a mindful experience. With fruit. Pair almonds with a slice of banana, pear, or apple. The natural sweetness of fruit complements the healthy fat and protein in almonds, offering stable blood sugar through the night. In warm milk or moon milk, blend a few crushed almonds into warm milk with cinnamon, nutmeg, or a touch of honey. This calming beverage, sometimes called moon milk, has ancient roots in Ayurvedic tradition and is perfect for winding down. Rice pudding. Add slivered almonds to a small bowl of warm rice pudding spiced with cardamom and saffron. It's like being cradled in comfort. Almonds may not speak, but they do tell us something. Rest now. You are safe. Let go of the day. And that, perhaps, is the greatest gift any guardian could offer. Number 7, oats, the quiet monk of the pantry. Oats, they're not flashy or loud. They don't demand attention like trendy superfoods. But much like an elderly monk dwelling in a remote mountain monastery, oats carry quiet wisdom and enduring nourishment. No rush, no noise, just presence, steady, calm, and complete. In a world overwhelmed by caffeine, sugar, and midnight cravings, oats are a soft whisper among the shouts. They contain melatonin, the natural hormone that regulates sleep, magnesium, the mineral that relaxes muscles and calms the mind, and slow-digesting carbohydrates, which stabilize blood sugar through the night. There are no spikes or crashes, only gentle consistency, like the breath of a meditating monk. In traditional temples, especially where deep meditation retreats are held, oats are often served before long sessions of silence and stillness. Not because they're trendy or convenient, but because they serve a deeper purpose. They stabilize the body and anchor the mind. A warm bowl of oatmeal in the early morning helps monks prepare for long hours of stillness when the mind needs a grounded, unwavering foundation. An elder monk once said, "Oats are like mindfulness, gentle, quiet, but they stay with you for a long time." That line resonates like a deep temple bell in the middle of the night. Oats may not dazzle at first, but they linger, supporting your breath, your sleep, your wakefulness. Oats also symbolize patience. You can't rush a bowl of oats. Whether it's slow-cooked oatmeal or overnight oats, they require time. Time to absorb, time to soften, time to blend harmoniously with other ingredients. Like the spiritual path, oats are not for the impatient. But if you slow down and open your heart, you'll find their simplicity holds the key to nourishment, not just of the body, but of the soul. How to enjoy. For those who crave warmth before bed, a bowl of oatmeal cooked with nut milk, sweetened with a touch of wild honey, and topped with lightly roasted walnuts makes a perfect evening ritual. The gentle sweetness and healthy fats relax the body without overstimulating it. If you prefer simplicity, try overnight oats. Soak oats in almond milk, add a handful of blueberries or banana slices, and let it sit in the fridge overnight. In the morning, it becomes a soft, creamy, and grounding meal, something to be enjoyed slowly, like a morning chant. A small bowl before sleep, not much, just enough, is like lighting a single candle before entering the sacred temple of rest. In this fast paced world where everything seems to compete for our attention, oats remind us of the beauty of slowness. They are the silent companion in the journey of elder health, not meant to transform you overnight, but to walk beside you every day like a kind monk by your side. So if there's one food worthy of being placed in a sacred bowl before bedtime, it's oats, the quiet monk of the pantry. Dear listener, sleep is more than the quiet of night. It is the doorway back to the soul, a gentle return to your truest self. In the stillness of sleep, the mind loosens its grip, the heart opens, and the body begins its sacred work of healing. It is here in the silence that wisdom often whispers. The 7 foods we've shared are not simply items on your plate. They are companions on your journey. Each bite holds energy, intention, and nourishment. Some calm the nerves, others balance the hormones, and a few offer deep support to the rhythms of rest. Together, they form a circle of care, a sanctuary for your spirit. But don't rush. Begin slowly. Choose one food this week. Observe not just with your eyes, but with your breath, your gut, your sleep. Let your body speak. Let it teach you what it needs. Trust that it remembers more than your mind ever will. Here at Buddhist Mindfulness, we bow to the deep connection between food, spirit, and rest. We believe that what you eat, how you breathe, and how you sleep are not separate. They are the same stream flowing toward peace. May your sleep become your teacher. May your nights become your temple. May you rise not just refreshed, but renewed. If this message resonated with you, we invite you to like, comment below with the food that brings you the most comfort, and subscribe to continue this mindful path with us. Your presence is a gift. Until we meet again, may your nights be long, may your dreams be kind, and may your soul always find its way home through rest.